NCDC confirmed 1,307 cholera cases and 34 deaths across 30 states. Court sentenced BRT driver to death by hanging for murdering fashion designer Bamise Anyanwola. And on the foreign scene, Mpox cases rise sharply in Sierra Leone despite ongoing vaccination efforts. Hello and welcome to News Update on Trust TV. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Thank you so much for joining. Tension over the Kano Emirate tussle resurfaced as the official residence of the Galadiman Kano in Gwale local government area of the state remains condoned by men of the Nigerian police force from as early as 2 a.m. on Friday. The ancient city of Kano witnessed significant cultural event on Friday with the turbaning of two persons as Galadiman Kano by both 15th and the 16th Emir Alhaji Munir Sanusi Bayero and Alhaji Sanusi Lamido Ado Bayero are at the center of the ongoing Emir tussle, as both were turbaned to be esteemed to the esteemed position. The turbaning ceremony of Alhaji Munir Sanusi Bayero as the new Galadiman Kano, along with 4 other senior councillors, hold at the Emir's Palace in Kofar Kudu, while in a parallel development, the 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, also turbaned Alhaji Sanusi Lamido Ado Bayero as the Galadiman Kano at the Nasarawa Mini Palace. In accordance with the Kano Emirates tradition, the Emir is expected to formally escort the new Galadima to the residence. The crisis rocking the Zamfara State House of Assembly has aggravated as the faction loyal to Bashir Aliyu announced the dissolution of all principal officers and standing committees and appointed 2 committees to give state legislative institution a better focus. The factional speaker, Bashir Aliyu, made the announcement shortly after their plenary sitting this Wednesday in Gusau, the state capital. The 2 standing committees reconstituted were that of Ethics and Privileges and Works and Infrastructure, to be chaired by Masama and Bashir Sarkin Zango immediately. Also, the House resolved to file an all financial misappropriations report against the dissolved House principal officers to EFCC and ICPC in order to recover public funds. During the sitting, under matters of urgent public importance, the state lawmakers condemned what they called lopsided appointment of permanent secretaries by the present administration in the state. In a motion raised by Ibrahim Tudu, a member representing Bakura State constituency, drew the attention of the members on how some local government areas were completely aged out in the appointment of permanent secretaries, while favoring some while having more than 9, citing Safi, Maradun, and Burning Magaji local governments were left out. The Taraba State Police Command said they have traced and arrested 3 members of a notorious kidnapping gang and motorcycle snatchers. The suspects, who were identified as Abubakar Usman, Yahaya Usman, and Aliyu Muhammad, were arrested in Takum Local Government Council of the state. The statement, which was made available to journalists on Friday by the command's acting spokesman, James Leshin, said the arrest followed credible information received on 20th February 2025 regarding the suspicious presence of a group of young men indulging in lavish spending at hotels and brothels for over 2 months in Takum without any known source of income. Upon interrogation, the suspects were said to have confessed to the kidnapping of one Alhaji Yao Buri of Kaswang Haske in Takun on 20th April 2025 at about 7:30 p.m. They were also said to have admitted to have collected a ransom of 1.5 million, as well as snatching the victim's motorcycle at gunpoint. Police in Bauchi State have arrested a 28-year-old man identified as Jibrin Ali from Zandar, Niger Republic, for impersonating military personnel. Jibrin was apprehended in the Yankari Game Reserve, located in Alkaleri local government area, during a routine patrol by the detectives from the Alkaleri Divisional Police Headquarters in collaboration with local security forces. According to police press release issued by the police public relation officer, Bauchi State Command, Ahmad Wakil Jibrin was found impersonating as military personnel and displaying suspicious behavior in an area known for bandit activity, and his arrest was met with resistance. Upon interrogation, he failed to provide a satisfactory explanation for his presence in the forest. Authorities suspect that the impersonator may have ties with criminal groups operating in the area. The Commissioner of Police, Sani Omolori Aliu, ordered a full investigation, with the case now transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department, SCID. The Jigawa State Police Command has confirmed that no explosion, fire outbreak or fuel scoping occurred following the crash of a petrol tank loaded with 60,000 liters of petrol premium motor spirit in Ringim local government area on Thursday. This was made known in a press release signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer SP Lawan Shisu Adam on Thursday. He explained that the incident involved a Hawa tanker trailer with registration number Kano 549 BNK, driven by a 50-year-old man, Muhammad Ali of Yankansari village in Dawakin Kudu local government of Kano State. According to the statement, the tanker was heading to Gujungu town in Taura local government of Lagos when the driver, while trying to maneuver through a local traffic division to avoid an oncoming trailer, lost control of the vehicle near Zangon Kanya village in Ringim local government. SP Shisu noted that the divisional police officer of Ringim led a team of officers to the scene immediately after receiving a distress call. He added that fire service, Federal Road Safety Corps, and other relevant agencies were also alerted and responded swiftly. The governor of the Northeast region have agreed to collaborate with the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children Education by providing office space in each state. This is the outcome of the communique read by the governor of Taraba State, Abo Kefas, at the end of the Northeast Governors Forum meeting held in Damaturu, the Yobe State capital, on Thursday, where the forum also pledged to support the enrollment of Almajiri and out-of-school children in formal school. The forum also noted with dismay the rising activities of insurgents in the sub-region and called for the armed forces, other security agencies, and community leaders to reprise their strategy in the counter-insurgents onslaught in the region. The forum noted significance of the Nigerian Law School, Yola campus with the region and resolved to support its expansion by providing additional hostel accommodation, water supply, and other facilities to improve the admission capacity of the campus and make it more conducive for training, while commending the federal government and the military in fighting the Boko Haram insurgency. The forum also re-echoed its commitment to the pursuit of common issues of sub-regional concerns and pursuance of collective causes on matters that are related to the security, social and economic integration of the sub-region. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention on Friday said the country has recorded 1,307 suspected cases of cholera across 30 states and 98 local government areas. The Director General of NCDC, Jide Idris, who stated this at the National Health Security Press Briefing in Abuja, added that the country also recorded 34 cholera-associated deaths, resulting in a case of fatality rate of 2.6%, which is above the target of less than 1%. According to him, cholera remains endemic in Nigeria, particularly in communities with limited access to clean water and sanitation, and it is a highly contagious infection caused by the bacterium Vibrio cholera and can be fatal without prompt and adequate treatment. He warned that as the country approaches the peak of the rainy season, a concerning trend in cholera transmission is emerging. Cholera is a food and waterborne disease caused by the ingestion of the organism Vibrio cholera in contaminated water and food. Now moving on to more stories. Katsina State Governor Dikko Rada has declared Friday a public holiday to enable civil servants to participate in welcoming President Bola Tinubu to the state for the commissioning of key projects completed by the administration. Governor Rada disclosed this on Thursday after his address at the 2025 International Workers' Day celebration organized by the State Council of the Organized Labor. Addressing this year's theme, reclaiming the civic space amid economic hardship, the governor commended Katsina workers for their dedication and commitment to serve despite challenging times. At the event, the Katsina Council of the Organized Labor demanded enhanced security measures, calling on the federal government to intensify efforts in securing agricultural communities in the state. The chairman of the State Council of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Organized Labor, Hussaini Yanduna, made the request at the Muhammad Dikko Stadium, Katsina, as he joined the wall to mark International Workers' Day. This is to ensure that farmers can work without fear of violence or extortion. The Lagos High Court sitting at the Tafawa Balewa Square has convicted and sentenced to death a bus rapid transit BRT driver, Andrew Ominikoru, for the murder of a 22-year-old fashion designer, Bamise Ayanwula. In a judgment that lasted over 2.5 hours, Justice Sherifat Sonake held that the prosecution, the Lagos State government, successfully provided beyond reasonable doubt that the defendant committed the offense. Although there was no eyewitness account of the incident, the court relied on a series of circumstantial evidence, the evidence of the pathologist and the dying declaration of the victim, of which the judge held pointed solely to the defendant as the last person to see her before her death on February 26, 2022. The court also convicted the defendant for the rape of a 29-year-old lady, Nneka Mary Jane Ozizulu, on November 25, 2001. The court said the voice notes showed that Bamise did not consent to sexual intercourse with the defendant.
Prison authorities, or the authorities rather, to confirm to the whole world if indeed, as at the time Andrew was arrested, he has actually been in prison. Because so that it will not be like case of Bobrisky, who were later told that he was in prison. Now said that there was a rented apartment very close there, and on the day of coming to court, he will come. Because look at Kanye physically. Anyway, I'm not saying he should have shrunk anyway. But somebody who has been in prison will be putting on weight, putting on well-tailored, starched clothes. It leaves much to be desired. So all they need to tell us, yes, confirm, he has been in prison. So this 3-point demand is what we want. When these 3-point demands are met, no, it's just when demand is made, then it is then justice will be given. And like it is often said in legal parlance, that justice should not only be served, it should be seen to have been served. So we want these 3 points to be met.
Sierra Leone has seen a new surge in mpox infections, recording 1,140 cases and 9 deaths since the start of the year. The Health Ministry said West African country, which in January declared a public health emergency to combat mpox, last week said the death toll stood at 6, with 763 cases. The capital, Freetown, has the highest number of detected cases, according to the latest figure on Thursday. The country began vaccinating children from the age of 12, high-risk people, and exposed health care workers in early April after receiving 61,300 doses from the World Health Organization. So far, 2,500 people have been vaccinated. Now, Catholic Church continues to advocate for peace and respect for human life as the world continues to celebrate the legal legacy of Pope Francis. At Our Lady of Perpetual Help Cathedral, Makurdi, leaders of the Catholic Church Diocese Friday led the faithful in memorial mass in honor of the late pontiff. The mass attracted both Catholics and non-Catholics. The report.
Anyone who sees the Son and believes in him.
In a solemn mood at the Cathedral Church of Our Lady of Perpetual Help, Makurdi, the Benue State capital, these Christian faithfuls are holding memorial mass for Pope Francis. The congregation offer prayers for the repose of his soul, while praying for wisdom for cardinals in selecting a new successor to lead the church. Some described the departed pontiff as a controversial pope who spoke truth to power in defense of faith and the need for dignity of human life.
To identify himself with the marginalized. And he called the Mediterranean Sea a graveyard of immigrants that swallowed thousands of people who were looking for a better life.
According to others, the Holy Father, through his life of compassion, left the message of love and respect for human life that people, especially Nigerians, must emulate.
We are saying that we are part and parcel of the Universal Church, of the Catholic Church, and so led by our bishop, we have demonstrated that much.
He has done so much for us, and I want to believe that his absence, his death has not taken his legacy away from us. He has taught us about so many things: charity, living with the less privileged, identifying with the poor and the displaced, and so many other things.
The Mass offers Catholics in Makurdi Diocese the opportunity to celebrate a world leader who represented moral leadership that influenced the entire world.
And now on sport, Barcelona coach Hansi Flick said goalkeeper Marc-André ter Stegen will start for Barcelona against Real Valladolid in La Liga on Saturday, his first appearance since September following a severe knee injury. The 33-year-old German international required surgery after he ruptured the patellar tendon in his right knee during a game against Villarreal early in the season. Ter Stegen returned to the squad for Barcelona's Copa del Rey final win over Real Madrid on April 26, but was an unused substitute. He will replace Szczesny, who came out of retirement to sign for Barcelona after the Stegen got hurt, as Flick looks to keep his players fresh while chasing a potential quadruple. Szczesny is expected to regain his place for Tuesday's second leg of the Champions League semi-finals tie away to Inter Milan after a 3-3 draw this week in Spain. Nigerian forward Chibuike Nwewu has won the Australian Cup with Wolfsberger AC. Wolfsberger AC defendant Hartberg 1-0 in a nearly contested final at the 28 Black Arena. Angelo Gatamer scored the decisive goal with a powerful header in the 77th minute. Nwewu was in action for the entire duration of the game. It was the midfielder's first major European honor. Nwewu joined Wolfsberger AC from 9-time Nigerian Premier Football League champions Enyimba last summer. He was part of the Enyimba squad that won the NPFL title 2 years ago. Wolfsberger AC will compete in the UEFA European League next season. And with that, we have come to the end of News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to watch us across all our social media platforms for more news, programs, and documentaries. I'm Fatima Ahmed Musa. Do have a good evening.